What's going on, guys? So I want to talk about how telling her exactly what you want, the power of telling her what you want, what it does for you. So what I want to talk about is the situation that I was helping this guy through. And basically the idea was he had no idea what to say to this girl when she broke up with him, right? So she was like, I don't want anything to do with this relationship anymore. And he was like, right? Silent. There is never going to be a point in time where a woman is going to say, I would rather not have any options, right? She's always going to want options. She's always going to want more people paying attention to her, always. So why wouldn't she, right? That's usually what a woman's currency is. How much attention am I getting from either A, my relationship, or B, all the other men I'm keeping around? And some people can't get enough attention. Okay. And fellas, you need to stay away from people like that. And girls, right? Girls, if you're going to be with a man and he doesn't, there's going to be a point in time where a man has to say, okay, I'm going to get rid of all these girls around me. But it's the same idea, right? Commitment. Commitment is something that's going to be very important, something you should be looking for. But you got to give people a little bit of time. And that's what the dating phase is for, the beginning stages, right? It's for that specific reason. Okay, you're going to get rid of all the people you're talking to. I'm going to get rid of people I'm talking to. And we're going to commit to this. Okay? I think people should be... It's harder for people to commit to these days, right? But if you're going to commit. Respect, boundaries, commitment, communication. All these things come before love do, right? And they sort of form throughout the beginning stages. But when a relationship ends, all that shit goes out the window, right? Men have no fucking clue what they're doing. Men are like, they don't even stand up for themselves. No More Mr. Nice Guy. Very good book for you guys to read. So when a woman breaks up with you, fellas, you have to make a fucking chance. Take a chance. You're the director. You are the director. If someone does not want to be on your movie set, the door is right there. Yes, you're allowed to come back during the production of the movie, aka life, right? If I'm single, if I'm available, sure. But here's the thing. Here's what a woman will do. She'll keep you around in that orbit. She'll keep you just floating around, giving you false hope that you're going to have another chance. Instead of, all you have to do, fellas, is say, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be this. Here's what some guys will do. This might clear up the air a little bit more. Some guys will actually literally say, I don't want to be your friend. And then they go and act like a fucking friend. They'll be like, yeah, I don't want to be your friend. And they say that, but actions always speak louder than words, right? So they'll say, I don't want to be your friend. And then they'll be like, and that girl will call and say, hey, can you come over and do this? Can you come over and do this? And all she's got to give you is a little bit of attention, some kisses and some fucking, and you're good to, that's enough for you. So men, you guys have to hold yourselves up to higher standards. You really do. You have to hold yourself up to higher. They are. They'll break up with you if you're being too complacent for a few months. So you need to do the same thing. You need to stand up for yourselves. So the guy that I was coaching, he went into this in-between spot and didn't give a fuck. He was just like, okay, I'll take any attention she's willing to give me. And that energy is always going to get rejected. Why? Because it's a desperate energy. No woman and no man wants a desperate person hanging around them if they're of good energy themselves. Me, would I want a desperate woman? No. It's unattractive. Needy energy is unattractive. It's not on the same vibration, right? When you are trying to raise your consciousness level, you're trying to become a better human being, a more positive light. When someone is needy and they can't stand being away from you, this, that, and the other, it's a different vibration. Okay? So what'll end up happening is you guys are not resonating anymore. You guys aren't vibing. That's where vibing comes from, right? We're not vibing anymore. So what ends up happening in a lot of relationships is one party of the two has been the exact same the whole time. And then the other person has been trying to get better, smarter, right? Staying educated, working on their bodies, working on their health, working on this, working on that. And they're the best versions of themselves ever, right? But what ends up happening is the guy or the girl, it can be in both situations, but more often it's the guy because he's fucking comfortable. Men like comfortable surroundings, ladies. I know women do too. Women like to decorate and make everything beautiful around their house, but men can literally live in a room that's the size of this office It's like literally 450 or 500 square feet in this tiny little room with a fucking music studio. Men could live here and feel good. And I think that's okay. But men also should be holding themselves up to higher standards with their actions and what they do, right? So you guys need to, so one person will stay the same, and usually it's men, and then that's where the woman will come forward and say, oh, we're growing apart. We're growing apart. And the guy's like, what did I do? So again, becoming educated on dating skills is priority number one, because those dating skills that you do in the beginning of the relationship, you continue to do throughout the whole relationship all the time. Courting, right? Setting proper dates, having a great time on the date, right? And giving people space. Inject space into your relationship. That is the number one issue that I see. People are fucking obsessed with each other. They can't get enough of each other. People are like, oh, that's love. No, it's a fucking problem. It's obsession. There's nothing wrong with there. I don't think there's actually anything wrong with obsession outside of a relationship. Okay. I think becoming obsessed with your goals is fucking awesome, because most people around this fucking roaming this planet right now are lazy, right? Oh, I don't want to push, right? So it's really important if you're going to be obsessed in your relationship, be obsessed with giving to that person within the right boundaries. That's important. So the power of telling her exactly what you want is going to bring you one of two things, one of two directions. Either A, she's going to say, yeah, you know what? And she's going to reject it. Okay, I'll go into that in a minute. Either A, she's going to reject the idea and accept the idea of you guys getting back together. So acceptance. Okay, let's try this again, right? Or B, she's going to go say, okay, take a hike, have a good day. See you never, right? Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to fall into category number 2B, right? Which isn't always true. At first, she will reject the idea. She'll be like, no, I think we're better off as friends, because we need to work through our friendship back into love, which is fucking bullshit, okay? That's not how it works, right? All of my relationships never started off with fucking friends or friendship, right? Never. And women don't really want that. They want you to sweep them off their feet. That love story. They want that guy to show up and just take control, okay? And a lot of girls don't even know what that kind of guy even looks like today, because there's so few guys that are willing to do it, that are willing to just be that guy unapologetically. It's really important for you guys to really step into your masculine energy here and be who you were meant to be, okay? But again, she's going to reject the idea at first. That means because at first she's got to lose an option. If you have 8 options and one says, I don't want to be your fucking friend, this is what I want from you, of course she's going to be like, no, because that's not what I want right now. So you show her that. You show her that masculine energy. You show her, right? You do the no contact rule. You back off. You show her that. Okay, that's fine. And then you let her come to you, because you're the most masculine guy. You stood up to her. And yeah, the chances are not like super high, right? It doesn't always happen, right? It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. And a lot of students that come to my program, I'll get them to do this, because so many students are paralyzed. They're paralyzed by the pain and the fear of that rejection. They don't want to feel that rejection again. But you need to go through it in order to get what you want on the other side, which is, again, A, she comes back around, or B, she doesn't. Both work for you, because now you're going to go forward with better knowledge and education on what you need to do. That is the power of telling her what you want. That's the power of walking away, whatever you want to call it. That is where you find your secret sauce. But it's through the pain. It's through the torture. It's through that. It's not avoiding it. Never avoid pain, because truthfully, this life isn't that long. You're going to feel pain for a lot of your life in some area or another, right? And if you don't, good for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Coaching is down below. Course is down below as well.